Well, hello, beautiful people of planet Earth and all other interdimensional entities. Welcome to Sacred Space at Titania's Realm, where the magic happens or doesn't happen, as the case may be, and we spiral up, and we spiral down, and we flow and we unfurl and we blossom, and sometimes we atrophy and decay, and bad things happen to good people. Yesterday, while making a pendant for a wonderful, talented drummer friend, I had a bad fall when my desk chair slipped out from under me and gouged out my entire length of my upper arm. Oh, poor mama. It's actually a very bad cut, but I whacked on a bandage and aloe vera, and I'm trying to avoid hospitals because I've just been there last week and I don't think I need stitches, but anyway, it was most unpleasant and it bled a lot during the night. How I know that was when I had a shower, took the bandage off. It was not pretty, people of Earth. But this is the thing when you're trapped in a physical body and you're a bit fucking clumsy and life seems to slide away out from under you. Anyway, on a happy note, it's today in Australia, because we're in Australian time, it's Valentine's Day. Saint Valentine came to a very grisly end for all his ideology, and poor St. Valentine. It's probably the way I am today. Some past life fucking curse with difficulties finding or forming safe, stable, loving partnerships. However, as much as I grieve over the lack of a true, heartfelt, sincere, loyal, faithful, devoted lover man, I have the most wonderful friends. So it's not all lost. And let's face it, I also have the gods and the angels and the fae, even that fat, chubby little mischievous cherub that likes to play tricks with my heart and mind and tries to get me to soothe my soul every now and then. I fall into that abyss because the heart wants what the heart wants. So while I'm extricating all those arrows out of my back and trying to fly free, I fell down and hurt myself yesterday. Oh, but everything has its own destiny, and even me has my own destiny, and don't know what that destiny will be, but I'm starting to see that it's not all that turning out to be my most desired outcome. Yet again, it's turning rancid before my eyes, and I would try and put the skids on it, but what's the point? Because the more you hold on, the more you need to let go. So it is what it is, babies. But in the spirit of Valentine's Day, this video, because it's Valentine's Day and you're talking to the Tanya, is a mixed bag. My love's been fated to be quite evil and cruel and vicious and life-threatening at times in the past, and it's probably why I freak out when even loving friendships start to flubberize, because been there, done that, got the t-shirt, survived 3 strangulations and numerous assaults, sexual and otherwise. So I'm a bit, I am a bit bizarre, as a wonderful gentleman commented on one of my videos yesterday. And yes, I am bizarre. I'm not your average woman. I'm not your average soul. I've survived the unimaginable and the insurmountable, literally by the grace of my gods, the Holy One in all manifestations. And it is bizarre. It doesn't make sense even to me. So it's why I get emotional and freak out from time to time, because As a former friend who was a forensic psych nurse used to say, you can't make sense out of nonsense. Had to live that way all my life. So it's why I write down my emotional processing and my trauma triggering and my poetry and my love longing and occasionally my rare and precious love successes and my psychedelic dreaming. I don't do psychedelics, people, although probably should. Couldn't hurt given my reality. But I'm just gun shy and wary of drugs, having had many friends who were drug addicts fall into that abyss, and some didn't come back out of it alive, and some did but were forever distorted. So what am I saying here? Stay sane in the membrane, people of Earth, and own your truth. The good, the bad, the ugly, and the at times terrifying and horrifying, because someone out there might benefit from it if you're courageous like me and zany and bizarre like me to continuously express myself, not repress myself, at the risk of looking foolish and crazy and lost and zombified. I just saw, it's just clicked over, but I just saw 111, which are the angel numbers. So my angels are supporting me to be the best version of myself at all times and gift of myself at all times, because I'm alive for a reason, even though I didn't want to be at certain junctures of my life, given the shit show and horror I was put through. I wasn't allowed to bow out gracefully, and on several occasions, including near-death experiences I had after surgeries that were not of my choosing, but the effect of the anaesthetic knocking out my respiratory system, which I was told would happen, you know. So my doctors and nurses in the day fought hard to keep me here. Was it good or was it bad that I was kept alive for? Here I am after that last major NDE. There were others that came after it, but that was pivotal, that one, 25th of June 2019. So here we are almost 7 years later, and Mama T, aka the Tanya, is bizarre, unusual, unique, strange, weird, kind of lovely in my quirkiness though, and worthy of a good and wholesome life with a good and wholesome man. If that would ever manifest one day, it's not something I'm really worrying about too much. I'm just putting one foot in front of the other. Yesterday's bad fall told me that, reminded me for the umpteenth time in recent weeks since Charlie died. I get slammed by something demonic when my pets die. Happens every time. It's almost like trying to claw me into the other side of the abyss, and I stay here. Because why? I don't know why. Life force, and stubbornness, and will to live, and will to love, and will to succeed. It's odd. It's bizarre and it's odd. Anyway, so this will be a mixed bag of my emotional recalibrating and breaking down and rebuilding that has gone on for almost 6 decades, people of Earth. So it's not for the faint-hearted, and but it's not done maliciously. It's just who I am, yin and yang, blending light and dark, surviving to thrive like everyone else. 7 billion, 8 billion, how many of us are left post-COVID epoch? Jesus. are striving to do while we're still here in our physical bodies and in physical 3D realities, trying to exist in the world with heart and soul and power manifested from within, and magic and joy and delight in spite of the constant, pernicious, epic fucking spite and smiting inflicted on us by other mortals, or at times, other entities not of our willing choosing. It's funny, just as I said that, Mr. Crow flew directly towards me, but he's a friend of mine. Anyway, let us begin. I'm going to read what's posted on my vocal media, but I have lots of little vignettes and things about love, or in my case, lack of genuine, authentic love, which is fucking triggering and depressing at times. So I've brought out a very old manuscript I wrote years ago, Women's Digress, and dating back to 2002, 1998, they're old writings, and I might read some of them to you as well, because I haven't published it as a book. We're still filming. My laptop did a little flicker, and I might actually publish it one day. It's the old stuff, and I've moved on a lot since then. I've grown. I mean, we're talking, what year is it now? 2025, so roughly 25 years of growth and aging and the getting of wisdom, and even more painful, even more cruel love affairs that were evil and shallow and sadistic and perverted and just fucking nasty. But that was 10 years ago. I've grown from that. So when I see the same spiraling groove, the same repeat pattern, it's only natural that I freak out, because been there, done that, got the t-shirt. And real loves don't strive to cause you harm. They might just not be there for you because they're immature, or they're cowardly, or they're not available by virtue of their circumstances. But real loves never, ever, ever harm you. I harmed myself by falling off my fucking chair while working hard on a project for a friend. So there is that. I harm myself by, there's all sorts of ways that I harm myself, but I own it. It's a residue from horrendous childhood abuse, and some of it's conscious, some of it's not conscious, and the more I shine a light on it, the more the old demons and ghosts shrink away, because shine a light in dark places and hold your truth. That's where the healing occurs. But the demons, or the darkness, or the void do try to attach itself to me from time to time, and it's been a lot of that going on lately, and it's actually a bit frightening and humbling. It makes me wonder if I'm about to shuffle off this mortal coil. It's almost like a closing down and a tying up of loose ends, which I was told when they sent me back would happen back in 2019. So, but I hit the ground running, and it took me 2 years to heal from that surgery actually, and then by then we were in the midst of COVID, and I literally didn't get a chance to come up for air. I was busy, teaching myself silversmithing and making jewellery and distracting myself and keeping myself enmeshed in this almost other parallel reality while everyone else was freaking out about dying. I was freaking out about creating some kind of future for myself, even though I've realised recently was just a waste of effort because there is no real future for myself. And so I want to burst into tears when I think about how hard I fucking tried to no avail. However, every day in every way, I wake up still breathing, and it's an opportunity to be and live and love and even fucking laugh in the face of societal atrophy and become what? Who knows? It's a process, people of Earth, and who knows? But anyway, on that note, let me begin and read my little Valentines. And yes, I may get emotional and cry from time to time because it slams me the reality of what's been taken from me by fate and by other people's malfeasances, sometimes my own inability to trust. Trust has been a hard one, given my life circumstances, right up until my suicide attempt at 50, which was only, 10 and a half years ago. Or it'll be 10 years in August. So there is that. So yes, my darlings, I am weird and I am bizarre and I am unique and I am strange and I fought back from everything, the gods, the angels, the fae, the demons and human mortals threw at me, and as an older woman I get a bit fucking wrung out from it, which is only reasonable. 30 years of therapy, I mean, hello, can we say thriver? Oh, on the subject of thriving, I'm going to be out dancing tonight in my usual beautiful Brooklyn Standard Club for my electrifying ramjet, and I'm looking forward to it. Need to take back my power after that horrendous attack on me recently by a female, and all the other attacks like falling over and hurting myself and cysts in my back and toxicity. Mama T will be reclaiming her dance, her joie de vivre and her joy and her delight and her bliss. So there'll be a couple of Jack Daniels and Coke and some wildness tonight. Some strange car just pulled up, but I don't know who that is, so we'll carry on. It's clearly not for me, just someone lost. Anyway, so today's memories of 14th of February 2025, as updated on my vocal media journal, which is where I keep the bulk of my daily writings and some of my old stuff as well, is titled Love Bites, but it remains as devoted and eternal and eternally elusive as ever. Looking forward to the day when it's no longer elusive and there'll be a special someone that I can call my own. Sad but true. But you have to laugh. Something I'm very intransigent about, not giving up on love, because ultimately everyone deserves their own true love. Everyone, including me. Then I posted a photo, which is not very clear because it's got that click update image on it. How do I get rid of that? I can't. Anyway, it's an old photo of me with my cat who has since gone to Valhalla or heaven or Nirvana or wherever Good Pussycats go. She was my soulmate and a wonderful, loving friend. And so I think that's from 2000, judging by those shitty plastic cheap glasses that I got from the chemist as magnifying glasses. It's probably from about 2014, around about that year. Anyway, I wrote, Happy Valentine's Day from me and Miss Penny. This morning of even date, I wrote, Happy Valentine's Day to lovers, dreamers, believers. It's kind of ironic because I had a room on Pal Talk that I called Dreamers and Believers because my nickname on that program for 16 years was, still is if I still participated in it, Psychedelic Dreamer, because I dream in Technicolor, not because of drug abuse, people of Earth. Magic makers, sweethearts, those old bitten down ones who know better but still have incredible lightness of being deep down in their embattled, hard-bitten, brittle, carapaced, caramelised, chewy core. Well, I like sweets. What can I say? Everything comes down to what can I chew on today? What sweetness can I manifest today? Anyway, you have to laugh. I continue writing. Shh. Don't tell them. We still harbour romance and delight, buried down deep, laughing my ass off. They will all want some, and it gets a little terrifying and addictive if we expose our vulnerable, sweet side. I think that's where I've gone wrong, actually. I've been a bit too vulnerable and sweet in the last year or so. It's maybe part of having caught COVID in October 23, or maybe it's just aging, but I've been far too vulnerable and malleable, and it's time I hardened the fuck up again. But it's kind of been lovely to see how I get treated when I'm sweet and romantic and doting. In my case, it's a bit like getting sand kicked in your face though, so that's why I need to pull everything back into line and straighten up and not be quite so lovable. It's awful, isn't it? It's awful that I can't actually be myself out of fear of being sullied and betrayed. Anyway, I continue writing. Why, all the Tanya gotta do is throw in an old coral-coloured dress, her pearls, or, alternatively, her corset and skirt and fishnet stockings, and the men go wild. They really do. Post-Covidian epoch, they've gone more wild than ever before. It's actually a little bit confronting, to be honest. It's almost as if, as a species, we've all been smushed and puddled up and made weak and kind of inept and vulnerable, even the men. It's astonishing to watch, actually. Big strong men turning to me for my power and my strength, and I'm like, dude, I can't fucking save you since I've barely saved myself in the last 60 fucking years. But they see something in me, my light and my power and my love, and they want some. They want some, but they're scared of it too, so then they try to lash out and take something that's not theirs and manifest your own power. Boys, each soul on planet Earth, we're gifted our own power. Use it wisely. Be kind. Don't predate on those who had the power of their no. Use your own no. Know when to say yes too. Love is the law, love under will, and harm ye none. Do as thou willest. Love, 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 and become your own bright shining one. It's that easy, my foes, and that difficult to wrangle at times. Ha! Mama T, wearing pastels, looking oblique, fey, and disinterested in their bullshit, sends them even nuttier with lust. Oh, Kookaburra just flew on the tree. Hey, Cookie! Oh, he's a beautiful bird. He's a beautiful bird. He freaked out because the neighbour down the road just went past with 2 dogs. So he turned around looking all concerned at me. Here we go. Hey, Cookie! Mama T's going to go and buy some chicken later. Dear Goddess, I still haven't been down the shops. I kind of went into shock after that bad fall yesterday. Split my arm open. I was in shock for quite some time. It's not like me either. It's fucking vulnerable. Can you hear it? Oh, it stopped. Right, where were we? I'm interrupting my own readings of my own writing. But anyway. Mama T wearing pastels, looking oblique and fey and disinterested in their bullshit, sends them even nuttier with lust. They want me softened and malleable, like Play-Doh. But like all naughty or nasty boys, they never stick around for the long haul. Oh, really, oh, so many Georgie porgies. Mama T got so little time for idiots. I've run out of time. Time is of the essence. Too old, too tired, too scatty, too bizarre, too wrung out, too courageous, too beautiful, too determined to thrive, too deserving of real love that never manifested, too triumphant, too defiant against our piss-weak age, the piss-weak age that poison themselves because their government told them to. How is the Tanya supposed to find love in that mess that you gifted your own souls because you didn't have the courage to stand by your own souls? It's a hard one. It's a hard one. And many come to me and Help me, help me, help me, help me now, help me now. How can I help you when you didn't even stand by yourself? And I'm drowning too. I'm drowning with the rest of humanity. I'm drowning too. I caught the COVID too. We've all been altered. Homo Deus. They want us to become machine. Well, I'm going to die in this mortal body as pristine as I can still manage, given all the toxins that we inhale and ingest and are in our skies and in our earth. The kookaburras will have the last laugh. Anyway, because I wax lyrical, even in my own writings, it's how my mind goes laterally. I wrote, the cat ran away with the spoon while the fattened cow jumped over the moon and stayed up there. Better prospects and atmosphere, or summit like that. I'm in the mood for love, deserving of real, authentic love. Gonna have to manifest it for my own self. Real love that is a constant, courageous, devoted, soul-nourishing, fun, honouring, and always there for and or with you. Starts from within. Pity I chomped down on my lip when I fell yesterday and have a massive lump on my lip now. Smooches, anyone? Giggles. And yeah, I attached it to my sleep results because I have to. Well, I don't have to, but I post it each day to show my benefactor who bought me the sleep machine that I am using it and that I am progressing with my sleep apnea. To what end? Who knows? But I'm trying to heal myself, people of Earth, every day in every way, by living and loving and even fucking breathing in my sleep and truth-telling, remaining authentic. So I slept for 10 hours and 52 minutes last night, which is a good long sleep. I probably needed it after that terrible fall I had yesterday. And I only stopped breathing 0.7 times per hour, slightly less than 1 per hour. I can't work out how that works, 0.7, but it looks promising. When it gets to 0.0, I have a little clap and a little dance because it means didn't stop breathing at all, and it's a good thing, people of Earth. So my vocal media goes back through my journaling, back in time. So last year on this day I had a visit from a friend who I know from the casino. I won't read that out because I was happy about it. I wrote about it, but I'll just write the other quirky things. 1:11 p.m. Greetings from the angels. Hopefully that ass-biting cherub brings the one. That was in 2024, 1 year ago. I got the mad idea to make my own organic frangipani fragrance. Hopefully it works out. It didn't because the crows or something got interested in it and tipped it all over. So I rescued what I could of the oil, but it hadn't really macerated enough, I don't think. 14th of February 2023. Oh yes, so I have a habit of injuring myself at this time of year. Odd. I just went out in the refreshing cool air after that amazing storm, which looks like we're going to get another one today too, with my 2-pound mallet, which I actually bought for smashing silver into place, and smashed up the hutch dresser that no one wanted. I'd had it lying out on the verge for the curbside collection for about 3 weeks and just decided, what the fuck, let's just smash it and burn it. No one wanted it. A large piece of timber hit my shin bone, which hurt a lot, but I kept going. It's now firewood piled up in my backyard, ready for another fire. Now I've posted a photo. He's passed away now too, but my beautiful foster cat, Socks Castle Aarons, who was the man of the house, although don't tell Beauregard that. The bull passed away. There's only me left now in my little house. Oh, 2 goldfish and the wild birds that come to sing to me occasionally. This is kind of funny and quirky. 2021. I'm very hungry today. It must be a side effect of the anti-inflammatory, which has barely taken the edge off the pain. What kind of woman, even a berserker warrior goddess, is constantly wanting to eat simultaneously while in extreme pain? I mean, it blows my own mind sometimes. It's not normal. It really isn't. All my other friends go off their food when they're in pain or lie down and prepare to die and rest and heal. I go into berserker warrior goddess mode and eat like a wild animal and work like a crazed berserker. And for what? To what end? It's not like I get paid for anything. Jesus, that hurts too, by the way. But anyway, it is what it is. Here I continue writing. Might as well heat up a second helping of the mince and stir-fry and pasta I took out of the freezer. It was quite yummy. I guess I will just eat until I no longer have a desire for food. It happens occasionally. Thank the goddess, I don't have the same attitude towards more carnal appetites. Thank the goddess, indeed, although there was a brief window period when I was kind of interested in that. You have to laugh. I had another lovely day yesterday, 4 days in a row. Jared visited in the afternoon to attend my inaugural spiritual social circle, and in celebration of our 29-year friendship, now 33, is it 33 years? What year is it now? 2025. Yes, 33 years now, by the gods. Answer the fucking phone, Jared. Mama T's getting wild. Love you, dear goddess. Anyway, we're still friends, but he just drifts now. He just drifts, and I let him drift because we all need space from the Tanya. I need space from the Tanya too, but I've got to inhabit this mind, body and spirit, unfortunately. or fortunately, as the case may be. I baked him an orange almond gluten-free cake. This time, the cake was a success. He bought us pate and cheese and other goodies. We feasted happily. We discussed egregores, his topic of choice. I forget the word he used, but they are built-up energy that create a kind of spirit that did not exist of its own accord, but was created from people's thought forms. Interesting. He brought us a lovely dinner, home delivered from Taco Bell. Yum. Together we watched the latest Borat movie, which was both triggering and hilarious. I still have to laugh about that. But yes, I find Borat very triggering. There is a history, darlings. I grew up with maniacs like that. That's why it's kind of triggering. But you have to laugh. Then before he left, we even had a little haunting from my resident spook, because a visit with Jared isn't complete unless one of my poltergeists decide to rattle chains and disturb him and freak him out. And it just doesn't happen when I'm here on my own usually. I get visitors and it's like all the spirits in the house get terribly excited and want to make their presence known too. And it's not their party, but no one gave them that memo. The last time that happened, it was on, we have our traditional Boxing Day together. It was quite intense actually. Something tried to possess him, take him over because he's a natural medium. So I had to take him out, smudge him with all my smudging and cast whatever spirit that was off of him. It was quite concerning actually. It didn't stop there. There were just little things throughout the day, and in the end when he left he yelled out, "I'm going home and all entities here, stay here, you're not coming with me." I realised he was genuinely freaked out, just not like my friend Jared. He's, a pagan and spiritual like me. And what's got into you, Jared? So it must have been a little bit more intense than he let on, just say. Anyway, Goddess bless. Love you, Jared. I try and keep all my entities with me here, and they have to behave. They have to behave or they can't stay here. They get moved on. They get exorcised. So it is what it is, but you kind of have to chuckle in a way at how weird and bizarre my life really is. And I've made peace with it, because it hasn't changed in 60 years. It's not likely to. It's only going to get more and more potent as I age, because I know this, because I watched that happen with my mother too. This is a problem when you come from a long line of ancestral witches, is you can't escape your ancestors that love you and the spirits that hopefully are there for your highest, most benevolent good. Then before he left, we even had a little haunting from my resident spook, which was kind of sweet given that entity only comes out to play when I have visitors. Yes, indeed. It hid a feather I was giving to Jared for his smudge fan, then replaced it when we came back into the kitchen area. It knocked down my khamsa protection on my mirror that Jared actually drew for me years ago. It was certainly trying to get Jared's attention, but after he left, that should be a comma, Tanya, you complain about other people not doing commas and then you find that problem. But after he left, the house was settled again. Thank God, as I have to live here with my invisible, mischievous friends. I was very tired, so I went to bed at 11 p.m. 14th of February 2020. As Valentine's Day grinds to the end, for another year I am musing over my true loves, most of them platonic. The men in my life who literally kept me alive. You know who you are, my handsome, talented, gracious, courageous, wonderful ones. Not just men, but very, very precious women friends too. Jared and my psychiatrist, who are both nurturing and protecting. The former lover that was such a vapid disappointment. The rest, no longer a blip on my radar, even if they do come to leer at me at the casino regularly. Helps to read things out loud, you can pick up on the mistakes. My lawnmower man was very affectionate today, had to fire him in the end, he got too fucking lascivious and fucking out of order and fucking creepy. But back in 2020, I don't know, I could see he was trying to woo me. Clasping my elbow and attempting to put his arm around me in a vague, cautious sort of hug. He asked me if anyone had been calling me regularly to chat. I said, only you, Clary. He seemed happy about that. Chilling, isn't it? Chilling. Fucking chilling. Especially when he got right out of fucking line. But it is what it is, people of Earth. It's a fine line between pleasure and pain. Finding a man worthy of you who treats you with both affection and sweetness, but respect and honour too. Hashtag consent, people of Earth. Hashtag consent. I continue writing. Me, not so sure. Still deeply triggered. Also, he was hired as a lawnmower man, not to predate on me as a sexual partner. Just saying. Like, boundaries, people. If I wanted to have a sexual frotting with you, you'd know, and you wouldn't be hired to do a job to attain that goal, by the way. I may never allow a lover in my life again, rolls eyes, famous last words. That 5 years of celibacy, try 10 years now, is easier to cope with than feckless, dirty, treacherous fly-by-nighters. That's why I won't tolerate any bullshit, nonsensical frottering. Show me you're real, and that your love for me is real, and that your passion for me is real and safe and honouring. The magic can and will happen. But lead me a merry fucking dance, push your boundaries, act like a fucking creep. Bing bam boom, babies. It is what it is. I'm happy with my beautiful, soulful, loving friends though. Yes, I am. I'm very happy and grateful for real friends. whose hearts are true, whose loyalty to me is without question, because that too is a rarity in my life. Too much abuse happened for me to allow anything less than that. I am loved by the most gorgeous, decent people whom are there for me in my distress. Not always. Sometimes they run for the hills. It's been a pattern of that, especially in recent years, but what can you do? I wrote this in what year? 2020, before February 14, 2020, before COVID was unleashed completely on our earth, or before the lockdowns and the travesties of justice started to happen. So we're forever altered and changed now as a global society. And our psyches have changed and our attitudes have changed. We've become more barbarous than ever before. It wasn't even safe for me to go to Queensland Transport the other day without some man outrageously kind of approaching me and flirting with me. It was both sweet and ridiculous. One simply doesn't behave that way in polite society. But again, filters and boundaries have been eliminated. The young admin officer even told me, male, he's having trouble with women when he goes out. It's ironic because just prior to that, I was sexually assaulted by a female in my club, so I concurred. I was seeing it happening too, I said to him. Of course, I didn't tell him that detail, but it's horrific, people of Earth. It's fucking horrific. Makes me very wary of even going out tonight, especially being Valentine's Day. But I've decided I can't let one asshole ruin my entire life, because that was her goal. That's their goal, to terrorise you out of living your best life, because they're spiteful and envious and pathetic and weak. And Mama T is none of those things, so she must rise above it and reclaim her dance. In the face even of my enemies, and I may not know who all of those are, since not all of them are showing their true colours, hiding in plain sight as they often do. I'm loved by the most gorgeous, decent people whom are there for me in my distress and also in my triumphant recoveries. True friends who respect me and love me in healthy ways. Lucky, Tanya. Lucky. 5 years later, not so lucky, but holding my own as per normal. Home from my debrief. My doctor agreed with me that the attitudes of various people on Wednesday night exhibited a level of denial and shame and a deluded psychosis projected at me for bravely speaking my absolute truth. That was a meeting at the Jewish Board of Deputies where I was humiliated and degraded, and even nasty comments made about my rather exquisite shoes, which unbeknownst to that arsehole only cost me $4 in a second-hand shop. So he thought he would mock and deride me for my shoes and treat me like some whore, which was ironic because he had no idea who he's dealing with, people of Earth. My doctor said it was nothing short of grandiose narcissism. Indeed it was. Evil it was. He also agreed it was a bunch of bored rich people invalidating a trauma survivor because I am a woman, poor and single. He said it was psychopomp too. It certainly was vile. Thank God he completely validated me, a decent man. Meanwhile, I am heartsick, soul tired, and now have an upset tummy, along with the ear which has eased slightly. Life of the Tanya goes on. It's precarious and whimsical, but brave as ever. That was in 2020, 2018. I love my psychiatrist. He's a good man. I do. He is so validating. I also love my friend Jared, who has stood by me for 26 years. I also love my other awesome friends. I love my daughter. Actually, truth be known, I love both my daughters, but they're both long estranged now. I wished she knew what that truly means, but one day she will get it, probably long after I'm dead. 'Tis what it is, people of Earth. I love myself. I love Byron Bay, my dream of serenity and freedom on the beach. I love Kuchi Mudlow Island. I love my little zen zone / hot house in Holland Park. I love my dog Beauregard. I love Penny, Socks, Sophie and Charlie, and my one lone hen. All of those entities have entered the light now. I love my fish. I love the universe. I am grateful for the miracle of survival against all odds while simultaneously under attack for several decades. I love living in a time when evil perpetrators finally face court. I love the Me Too campaign. I love the sisterhood, and I love the divine feminine. I love my mind, even if a bit fried from heat exhaustion. Earlier I wrote, Happy Valentine's Day to my beloveds. It's going to be 36 degrees Celsius, so there will be a lot of melting, hearts, chocolate, sweaty commingling bodies, and stay cool, people, because if V-Day won't smother us singles with epic disappointment and life strategies gone sour, then the fricking heat will. February 14th. I won't read all that's all about dentistry. We won't wallow in all that crap because that was a hellscape without end for quite some years. In 2017, it was a bad year for my teeth. Anyway, on a positive note, pulling myself up as I do from the brink of immolation. Fuck my life. How do I do it? I don't know. It's astonishing, people of Earth. Happy Valentine's Day to worshippers and practitioners of love. May it bring you joy, peace, comfort, and devoted, loyal, passionate companionship. May love strengthen you in dark times, even in isolation or in a busy crowd. May love come to you, see you as you are, and love you anyway. That's important, people of Earth. May it show you only truth, light, justice, and childlike wonder. May it hold you close and precious, yet still honour your need for freedom and individuality. May love never lie to you, betray you, or cheat on you. May it be an eternal, supernal gift from the Holy One, and may it keep its promise to you through all the eons. May it find you and bring you bliss. May you find it and honour it and share it with the world and your beloved in a unique way that is yours and yours alone. Let our love join in the cosmos so that no one entity is left behind, forgotten, abandoned, and neglected. We are all connected to the source that is, was, always will be. Love. Blessed be the lovers who bring light and joy to all the world. Amen. 2016. When I ask myself why I'm alive, God or nature always gifts me with the right answer. Losing love is like a window in your heart. Everyone sees you're blown apart. Everyone feels the wind blow. Paul Simon. At the dog park with Beauregard, just holding on one day at a time, one moment at a time. Excuse me. Ooh. Just keep breathing, moving forward. Life after the death of all love, hope and joy. Life is what happens when you are busy making other plans, said John Lennon, who had a true enduring love, then got shot and lost it all. Irony. I made myself a vow after the filth and rot of David Davidson that I would never love again. I did make that vow too, and I failed at it. And if I did, and had fallen for another abuser, 3 men came after him, that I would end my life. Well, that hasn't been successful either. No end to this misery. Maybe I should have grabbed the lady pistol at the clubhouse and pointed it to my chest and pulled the trigger. But I liked them too much to mess up the clubhouse. They did right by me, scaring me off. The entire clubhouse handed in their patches not long after. That had nothing to do with threatening me out of the clubhouse, though. That was Campbell Newman's orchestrations after a shooting down in the Gold Coast. But again, interesting timing that occurred. I still believe they valued and protected me. Wild men understand wild women. That was 4 years ago now. When did I write this? 2016. Yeah, 12 years ago now. For the love of God, I am still alive. Fuck it. So that was written on Valentine's Day 2016, February. So 6 months after my suicide attempt, I was still hanging in the balance between choosing life and wanting to be dead. Still kind of tenuously hanging by a thread. You can see that quite clearly there. Today I celebrated Valentine's Day by burning my wedding dress, veil and circlet I wore as a young bride almost 32 years ago on the 20th of May 1984. That marriage brought me no joy except in the very beginning, when I was naive and unaware as to how abusive that man and his family would be. They literally ate away at it like fucking piranha, chewed on any love I could ever feel for that man. It took 10.5 years for me to finally get the courage, the cojones, the balls to leave, but it was well chewed on and devoured. Probably after 8 years of marriage, to be honest. I just dragged it on a bit longer for the sake of my children, and I should not have. Not my in-laws, Harry and Hilda, who did right by me and wanted me to be happy and prosper so much they paid off Michael's home for their future grandchildren. That's how much they loved me. That's how highly in regard they held me at 19 years of age. How were they to know that he and his siblings and their partners would be so vicious? I guess they probably had a fairly good idea what I had married into. Maybe they were compensating me by paying off the house, hoping I'd stay a loyal, faithful wife, which I did for a long time. Or that my own family of origin was so very cruel that I barely survived into adulthood. That part they didn't exactly know. I was unable to even speak about it until I turned 20, when I was heavily pregnant with my daughter, my firstborn, and started having at 5 months gestation, started having serious flashbacks to the child sexual abuse. All hell broke loose then, because I could no longer live a half-life in denial. The truth had to be out, or I would have suicided even back there. My own denial meant I had not accepted that reality, or even begun to shine the light on the darkest, murkiest, most sinister aspects of my life with them. Not until 20 years of therapy did I finally realise the enormity of what I had endured, attacked by not one, but approximately 20 different family members and their consorts or cohorts. Yup, everyone had a ride on the Tanya's train wreck to hell. Well, I've hit the skids and reached my destination. I decided to burn and cleanse the filth of decades of bad luck with relationships. Much of it connected to my awful marriage and even more awful divorce, which is why I never wanted to marry ever again. Then the 3 next relationships, 3 strangulations, 1 threat to cut my head off with a samurai sword, well, an ornamental samurai sword, and the last one, here I refer to my previous love enmeshment gone wrong from 10 years ago. Parry and thrust with energy, vampirism, psychological warfare of a psychopath and his group of enablers who literally harassed and stalked me at the live wire bar at the casino for right up until I finally left that space in 2023, 5th of August 2023, because my dog died and they were vicious again, and I thought, you know what, I'm too old and I'm too tired to be in a dark space with nothing but enemies surrounding me at any given time, pouring all my psychic and physical and spiritual and potent love energy into a toxic space. I was done. So I took myself to the Brooklyn Standard instead on the 25th of August 2023, and to my greatest delight and amazement and astonishment was welcomed and treated like a queen or some kind of dancing goddess, and included and even fated at times. To you, Brooklyn Standard, and to my beautiful, talented, handsome, wonderful musician friends and alter egos and Ramjet, who co-created that space with me so I could continue with my wild dance and the reclamation of my heart, mind, body, soul and spirit. You're all co-conspirators and co-contributors to building me back, and you've sparked great joy in my life, and I hope that I have gifted you also accordingly, and I love you all. I do. But speaking to that former lover, who I won't even bother naming because it's just such trash, it's not worthy of even being named, I continue writing. Just not a worthy opponent, not worth my heart and soul, which he has broken and shattered into a million pieces with his dreaded mallet. He picked the early hours of Valentines Day to do it. Contemptuous, shallow, vapid, cunt. All to protect Irish Murphys from my curse. As if that curse holds whether I dance at the casino or anywhere I go. To this day it holds. What they put me through was beyond evil. Not just me, but many other women. I will ask the universe for it to hold even decades after my death. Too much damage was done to myself and other women there. They can turn my beloved against me and flock together like fetid bubonic rats to hurt me, but I will heal. I will overcome. I will have love in my life again. Real love, solid love, meant for me, choosing me every morning and every night by his own heart, mind, body, spirit and soul, and of his own free will. Of that I'm determined. If the gods will allow me to have that before I leave this mortal coil, only they can tell. But it is what it is, people of Earth. Perhaps even happy and peaceful, which I've reached that point now, I think. I'm fairly happy and peaceful with what is, what the gods have gifted me, and what the gods have torn from me over and over and over again. I want to scream and I want to cry and I want to, but I've reached peace. There's nothing I can do to change my fate. It's not fair, it's not cricket, but it is what it is. So when you see me dancing my wild tribal mosh, it's me living my best life with what's left of my life, the crumbs and the desecration and the desolation and the abandonment and the rejection and the false lovers and the fakes and the shallow ones, the ghastly ghouls and the horrific zombies. And I too am a zombie, so I get it. When you see me dancing like that, I'm letting it all go and sending it up to the other dimensions for purification and consolidation and healing, so that one day, one magical, fine, blessed day, my real love comes to me and says, I've seen you, I've heard you, I've recognised your heart, your mind and your spirit, and I'm here for you, and I'm never going to leave you, Tanya. I'm going to be with you for the rest of your life. Your man. And maybe that's a delusion or a fantasy in my mind, but it's one I'm going to keep aspiring to, praying for, hoping for, and dancing for and towards and with, supported by my true loving friends who want me at long, long last to have the love of my life. Save the best for last, am I right? To you, my darlings. Then I wrote, ha ha ha, one day in the not too distant future, I will not even remember their names or their shallow plastic energy, liars and fakes, referring to that one I'm not going to name because trash, nasty verminous trash. It was and no doubt still is, because people don't change. It's one thing I learnt from the getting of wisdom. They very rarely change. Speaking of plastic, my beautiful ancient satin dress melted. Satin must be made from nylon or some plastic base. Took some doing to get it all to burn. Good riddance to my last connection to that past. Even my wedding day was traumatic. 2 days after my father-in-law's death, and my husband showed his true colours even on that day. And I realised I'd gifted myself at 19 years, 1 month and 8 days to a false and feckless monster. But I had wanted to be married to that man. In fact, I asked him to marry me, not once, but twice, craving safety and family of my own, thinking I was wise enough and brave enough to make that happen. But I was wrong. So wrong. And I found that out on my wedding day too. I release all connections to that dress, that marriage, the divorce, the shitty, dangerous, cruel, hateful relationships then and that came later. I release all the bad mojo connected to me. I release all friendships and connections that are based on envy of my power and my love. I pray for healing and a better, happier life, surrounded by genuine friends and a partner who loves me completely and wants the best for me, as I have wanted for him. I wrote them, but I meant him. Him, one partner, the one. I ask God and his angels to surround me in love, healing, light, protection, and to block anyone who is false and cruel from getting close to me from now until eternity. Amen, Vasila. I need to, it's good I'm reading this out loud. I need to reinvigorate that spell. There's been a lot of attacks lately and I'm not even sure why. I'm certainly no threat to anyone. I'm not taking away your man or what you deem to be your property. You can't take someone away if they really love you, by the way. Just saying. Don't you think, instead of sending evil to me, that I suffer already enough? When will it be enough? Salient question. When is enough enough for you, O demonic infested ones? I have loved enough abusers in my life. Certainly have. Certainly have. I'm out of love. Set me free. Let me end this misery. And really, at the end of a day or a life, it's only smoke and ashes, baby. Thanks, Roberta. Your soundtrack to my life is always pure genius. Hallelujah. Man, that guide is so funny. She's a black drag queen that used to live in the Bronx. Came to me in 1992, I believe. She used to always come in singing show tunes. I think she was a singer in a gay club somewhere in New York. The Bronx. The Bronx, she says, the Bronx. All right, the Bronx. You know your reality. Thank you, universe, for giving me life, sustaining me, and bringing me to the full, humbling, mortifying, profound meaning of this moment. Amen. V'salah. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech ha'olam, shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Amen. V'salah. Which is basically what that prayer means in Hebrew. 4:42 a.m. This is still on the 14th of February 2000 and what year were we when I burnt that dress? 2016. Did a lot of healing in 2016 on myself, getting myself ready for the one, and looks like I'm going to be healing till the day I die because things are shifting in ways that I'm not altogether happy about, but with harm to none, competition with none, my true beloved one will come to me, clean and clear, fearless to be with me and free to be with me at the right time and the right place, perhaps not even on this planet but in another dimension. Although of course I always hoped it would be in this 3D reality. But anyway, back in 2016 at 4:42 a.m. I wrote, I had a wild night dancing to Mission X, which was saddened and humiliated by that fucking psychopath I have loved for over 2 years. Time to get over the incessant abuse. I sat outside the 7-Eleven, drinking a cappuccino to calm down and sober up before I drove home. I remember that. It was an intense peak emotional experience actually. Very intense. My homeless friend Bones, who kind of had a little bit of a crush on me to be honest. Bonesy. Nice man. Out of his mind, but a nice man. My homeless friend Bones waited for me to settle as I promised him a lift home. He studied my face as I tried hard to contain my emotions. It was very kind of him actually. He was out of his mind most of the time, but in that moment, he held space for me. He held space for me. Only the broken and those out of their mind know how to hold space for you as a trauma survivor. wherever you are, Bones, to you for that beautiful gift you gave me in that moment. Goddess bless. I must have looked a wreck as a very drunk Irishman gave me a cigarette and another Indigenous man kept asking me if I was all right, then offered to take me back to his place. Gord. No, a fuck will not cure my romantic problems, or make me happy, or fix me in any way. I sat with Bones for a while until I sobered up, then dropped him home and went home myself. I'm lucky to have a roof, even if it is not mine, and I will never have security or stability again, although, to be fair, I've been in this house nearly 22 years now, so this, as much as it's killed all my pets one by one, has been my only security and stability, for which I am grateful for. Otherwise I would have died a long, long time ago. Bones asked me if I had ever been homeless and on the streets. I said, not yet, but it could happen at any time, which fortunately that didn't happen. I've been protected by my gods and my angels and the ancestors that love me, and ironically the same Australian government that stripped me of my wealth and safety and stability as a young woman when I left my marriage, which I had no choice but to do because it was toxic and evil and destructive. And did I mention evil? But I was punished for reclaiming my freedom to the point of 3 strangulations, people of Earth. He told me he is being evicted from his place and he prefers the streets anyway. I told him to keep his unit no matter what, as at least he has somewhere to lay his head at night. So funny coming from me, who can't even get a genuine partner or a life. Verily, if I were rendered homeless, I wouldn't have the life skills to survive on the streets like Bones and my other homeless friends do and have done for many years. I wouldn't have survived it. So, there but for the grace of the gods go I. Just as well I went dancing though, or my entire weekend would have been awful. I think I will quit dancing. It takes so much energy and effort on my part, and all I mostly get in return is abuse. I will try to work out what else I can do to rebuild my life from the ashes. 2016, and here I am, 2025. So what's that? 9 years. Still dancing, babies, in my small corner of hell, here on planet Earth, striving every day in every way to live my best life surrounded by my wonderful friends who support me in my quest to become safe, successful, happy, loved, prosperous even one day, surrounded by good, kind people who value, cherish, honour and respect me, not just to my face but behind my back as well, and who protect me if on rare occasions I need protections, and who uphold me and uplift me and love me no matter what, no matter who, in spite of my bizarre, scatty, strange, weird, quirky personality and life force and existence. February 14th 2015, 7:09 a.m. Finally lying in bed with Penny. She stared into my face like I am an alien, and then turned away to clean certain body parts of hers. Remind me again why I am the crazy cat lady. Oh, I miss her. The best fucking friend. One of the top 10 best friends I ever had. Penny Cat. Oh yes. Never lies, cheats on me, never nags except at dinner time, purrs lovingly and loves me no matter what. That's why you have cats and dogs and birds, people. Unconditional love. What did she get in return? At one time, an unwanted litter of kittens. An expensive hysterectomy, and was rescued from the crazy boyfriend of my younger daughter, who threw her into a wall. That's how I came to be gifted Penny to keep her safe. Penny, not my daughter. If he had thrown Jasmine into a wall, I would have killed him. Everyone knows to never fuck with my kids. Even though Jasmine has no contact with me, if she needed me, I would protect her. Even now, we've been estranged for over 10 years. Anyhow, Penny and I have some psychedelic dreaming to do. See you this evening on the flip side. I joke the Philip side, which is my maiden name. The flip side, the astral. It's a beautiful morning, but my ankles ache, my feet are thrumming, and I am exhausted. "6:20 a.m. Going outside to let the hens run free. Gonna cross-pollinate my dragon fruit flowers which open during the night. Then off to bed with my cats. 3:35 a.m. The sore throat is back with a vengeance. Still glad I went out. My body needed to dance out my stress and pain. 2:55 a.m. I went dancing even with asthma. I feel better for the exercise. Ramjet was playing. We're dancing for them tonight. I don't think it's all the same band members of Ramjet anymore from 2015, but Ness and Nathan and Luke and Juddy. forget someone? Luke, Ness, Jody, Nathan. Yes, there's 4 of them. For some reason, for some mad reason, I thought there was 5. Right, anyway, losing my mind, people of Earth. But I'm going to be dancing for you, Ramjet, tonight on Valentine's Day. I hope we're all safe tonight. I hope we don't have anything ugly like happened to me 3 weeks ago. I hope. But I'm not giving up on you, my friends. And I know you'll be happy when I turn up, because you don't give up on me either. They usually play much harder rock, but they mainstreamed a bit for the casino. I think the casino made them tone it all down, actually. All the bands got the music there at the casino as time wore on, got more and more cruise ship entertainment and very boring soft pop as time went on. I got more and more bored. So, I mean, it's nice occasionally to have a night without hard rock if you're in the mood just for a bit of a break from that, but for me to reach my catharsis in my dance, I need constant build-up of energy and, yeah, the moshing and the wildness. Anyway, I may not be able to continue for much longer, but I said that back in 2016 and I'm still going, babies. Still dancing my dance, even as an almost 60-year-old woman. Here I continued writing. I was really happy when they finished with zombies so I could mosh out. See? It's about the mosh for me. Anyway, happy Valentine's Day to all the romantics and lovesick puppies out there. So 10 years ago in 2015, I was 49, turning 50. 50 was a very bad year for me. 50 August that year I had the suicide attempt and I was actually quite seriously depressed. Even when I was writing that back in February, I'd slumped into some kind of awful abyss, but it was triggered by lots of abuse at Irish Murphy's, which I left, and it was an ugliness and a seeping wound for which that curse remains till, if the universe allows it, long after my death. Not going to revoke it ever. Of course, my beautiful bands or alter egos and ramjets still play in that pub, but that's their business, that's their livelihood, and I don't have anything against that. They're musicians and they have to play where they get paid, and hopefully they're treated with respect and honour, but certainly I will never set foot in that place again. They'd have to pay me handsomely compensation for what they put me through back in 2014, 2015. Anyway, 14th of February 2014. I'm going out like a blister in the sun, being a not so violent femme on Valentine's Day. At least I have fond memories of OP, who was my lovely cup of tea from last year. The only sweet thing about him was that man sweetly offered me a cup of tea, so that's my little in-joke. We will never meet again, alas, but you never know who I might see out tonight. Well, I won't see anyone of interest out tonight on Valentine's Day because I'm over it now, but I'll happily dance for my friends in Ramjet because I love them all, and I'll have a wild old time. Hopefully I'll reach catharsis get some of this emotionalism out in a safe and constructive, lovely way as part of my performance art, which is also very healing, not just for me but for others around me. My psychic sidekick friends from Pal Talk all promised me a man by April. Some even said by February. Lol. They promised me a love by April last year too. I met one too, but he was a time waster. I wonder who that was now, I can't remember. It's 11 years ago now. Obviously a non-event, can't even remember them. So I'm now thinking I'm meant to be alone and just enjoying watching all the other lovers and being happy for them and continue to enjoy my freedom, which is worth more than gold to me, although gold would be kind of lovely right now. I've had a lot of freedom and I've enjoyed it, but now it's time I settled down and wealth created somehow, provided for my own old age. I'm not going to be able to do that now at 60, but you never know. Miracles have been known to happen in my life before. I love going out feeling beautiful and desirable, but after fending off the drunks, stalkers and trolls, I sure as hell relish coming home alone too. I guess the right man out there in the I guess the right man is out there in the twilight zone, drinking iced tea and not thinking of me, laughing out loud. Well, the right man who loves me dearly is thinking about me a great deal. To you, my darling. 4:53 a.m. Woke to some weird animal noise, most likely one of the scrub turkeys stealing leftover grain on the ground. Barely dawn. Happy Valentine's Day to would-be lovers everywhere. It's time for romance and some delicate negotiations of the ardent kind. Hope you all have a bodacious, bodice-ripping time of it. Mutually, exclusively, merrily agreed upon, of course. Cupid, that fat little child of Eros, is a notoriously bad shot, but when he bites you on the bum with the love bug, well, it's a weird kind of insanity. Yes, it is, babies. But enjoy it while it lasts. Eventually, as my mother used to say, it wears out like a bad case of the flu. But then, she wasn't exactly known for staying power and loyalty, unlike her daughters who are solid and stable and true, in spite of our complex PTSD and immense damage and brokenness. Well, this one, her youngest one, has kintsugi'd her heart and built herself back from many ground zeros, and I know, if I have to, I can rebuild again, babies. Every day in every way, my heart is a triumph, and will go on. Tonight, I dance. I continue writing here back in 2014. To my suitors out there, good luck on your quest. I'm waiting for your expressions of interest. Don't know what my neighbour's doing, but she's driving up and down like a maniac, playing loud music and sort of dancing behind the wheel. Well, baby girl, she deserves to be happy and live her best life after what her husband put her through. Waiting, watching, yearning. Will you hurry up? 'Cause I got myself down off my mouldy cobweb shelf, dusted myself off, and have been hot shoe shuffling ever since. Hell, I even look pretty good with a spit and a polish. I'm not too hard on the eye, except at 4:52 a.m. when awoken by odd animal noises, not of my own making. Godot can just get off Godiva's high horse and stride right back into my life. Now anyone who looks like Travis Fimmel or Charlie Hunnam, wild blue or green-eyed men, lol, may apply for headhunter of my heart. The lawyers can quiver later or sooner, but I am realistic. You can't always get what you want, but you get what you need. So show up, keep up, stay up. We will renegotiate my terms of endearment next Valentine's Day. Love you in advance. Then I posted a photo of one of the truest loves of my life, which was actually my friend Jared's little dog Harvey. He loved me immensely. Rest in peace, Harvey. 14th of February 2013. Happy Valentine's Day to all you crazy, lonely, wannabe smoochers out there. Empty pockets to the rest. Smiley face. 14th of February 2012. I had a lovely visit from Lynn and her little granddaughter Alia, who sweetly collected all the dahlia flowers and put them in my glass lanterns and hung them back up in my frangipani tree. My fairies will be pleased with all the garden decorations. And we left some honey out for them too. Might actually do that, put some honey out for the fairies today in honour of St. Valentine's Day. Do the fairies even believe in St. Valentine's Day? Does anyone? Is it all just a, consumerist facade to bolster up the egos and hearts and minds of plastic, shallow, fake people? Or is there still loveliness out in the world? Fuck it. It's a bit of honey. The fairies can have it, or the birds can have it. Whoever enjoys it will enjoy it, and I'll have provided my heartfelt service to the gods. Happy Valentine's Day. May I meet my true love soon. In the meantime, I'm surrounded by love with good friends, my pets, and my magical garden. Bliss, 2012. I'm going to finish there. I have lots more I could be reading to you, but it's been emotional and it's been a blend of dark and light, sadness and joy, horror and ecstasy and bliss, and I'll put a trigger warning on this video, but putting my truth out into the world, even on YouTube, because life is short and who knows who needs to hear it, and how long I'll be co-creating this life with you all, planet Earth. So it is what it is. Have a beautiful day wherever you are in the space-time continuum. Remember, love true, love nobly, love sincerely, love honouringly. If you don't have the capacity to love, hold your own. Without love, be whom you are. Don't inflict yourself on others if you don't have good intentions for them, and don't wish them well, and certainly don't fake love for anyone. That is the greatest evil and ugliness of all. I know, because I've survived it many, many times. Live in a way that is loving and kind and supportive and nurturing and co-creating and honouring, and let go of what needs to be let go of, and hold your head high. And remember, never, ever, ever, ever let the bastards grind you, me, us down. Hold true like glue. Zippity doo-dah, zippity day. Mama's going dancing tonight.